outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Gervonta Davis has just given a savage warning to Floyd Mayweather on Live. Tank has taken aim at Mayweather once more. We know that Mayweather recently asserted that Davis's upcoming bout with Frank Martin had been called off, seemingly to rile up Tank and his supporters. He said, "This is sad, hopefully. This is just a rumor." After spending more than a year out of the ring, largely due to awaiting the WBA's decision, Davis is set to make his comeback next month. He will defend his title for the first time against his unbeaten compatriot, Martin. Meanwhile, after his chaotic previous battle against John Gotti III, Mayweather was ready to make a comeback of his own and compete in another exhibition bout more than a year from now. Mayweather was set to unveil a rematch against Victor Ortiz, a fighter he previously defeated amid controversy. However, his absence from the scheduled press conference has sparked uncertainty about the event's future. Davis responded to the announcement of Mayweather's absence, which has apparently cost the CDMX government $1 million. He said, "He is out here scamming again, taking people's money." As Mayweather announced that the Davis-Martin card had been scrapped in retaliation, Davis responded with a post of his own, calling the 47-year-old a hater. He said, "This nigga is such a hater. He said some shit, cancel, and that's not true. Nigga, this is my shit now. Keep talking and I'll pull up to your house now and lay hands on you and some other shit." Reports of Mayweather's absence are consistent with other claims made by Davis, who has stated that the seasoned fighter is essentially trapped in Dubai. This situation has arisen following his inability to participate in the 5 exhibition matches he had scheduled for 2023, out of which he only completed 2, according to TalkSport. Gervonta also addressed reports of Floyd being detained in Dubai, offering a scathing critique of his former mentor. He expressed his frustration and disdain for Mayweather's alleged actions, using strong language to convey his feelings. Tank pointed out that Mayweather, who often makes grand statements, is currently unable to leave Dubai due to accusations that he had taken money from people without fulfilling his obligations. He accused Mayweather of being a hater and emphasized the seriousness of the situation by noting that Mayweather needed to repay the money he owed. Tank said, "Nigga says all this bullshit, but he's in Dubai and can't leave because he's been taking his money and not doing what they paid him to do. Nigga is a fucking hater." Tank implied that if his claims were false, Mayweather should prove otherwise by addressing the situation publicly. According to him, Floyd Mayweather had been stuck in Dubai for a significant amount of time, further validating his accusations. Furthermore, Tank expressed his willingness to confront Mayweather physically if they were to cross paths, even suggesting that he would not mind going back to jail for it. He referred to Mayweather derogatorily, indicating a profound level of animosity. Tank added, "He gotta pay people that money back. If I'm lying, tell him to go live right now. He's been stuck over there for a minute too. Now I fuck around and knock Floyd out when I see him, and I'll care about going back to jail. He's such a bitch." Gervonta's remarks reflect a deep rift between him and Mayweather, highlighting the tension and unresolved issues that have developed over time. The situation also brings to light the importance of accountability and integrity within the boxing community. Despite Mayweather's remarks, the Davis-Martin bout is set to electrify the stage on June 15th at the iconic MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Headlining the event, Davis-Martin promises a thrilling showdown, complemented by the highly anticipated debut of David Benavidez in the 175 pounds category. Benavidez's match against Oleksandr Gvozdyk comes as a refreshing pivot, addressing his vexation over Canelo's reluctance to meet him in the super middleweight division. It appears that Floyd Mayweather finds himself in increasingly troubled waters. As per the source, Mayweather faces new accusations of swindling Mexican promoters out of an astounding $1 million following initial rumors of Mayweather's alleged detainment in Dubai over unpaid debts. Conflicting reports soon emerged, with the undefeated boxer unexpectedly resurfacing in Las Vegas. Adding to the intrigue, as I mentioned before, Mayweather hinted at an upcoming exhibition match against Victor Ortiz. However, adding another layer of intrigue, the ex-world champion swiftly took down the post hinting at the August 24th bout. Instead, in a later Instagram story, Floyd Mayweather cryptically suggested he was stuck in Dubai, in stark contrast to earlier claims of his return to the United States. Adding to the mystery, reports now emerge that Floyd failed to materialize at the press conference in Mexico for his exhibition match. Meanwhile, according to a scoop by WBN, Mayweather's conspicuous absence from the press conference has left event organizers and reporters baffled, pondering the reasons behind his unexpected non-appearance. Adding to the intrigue, Victor Ortiz, originally slated to take on the renowned 5-division champion, has been unceremoniously removed from from the marquee bout of the evening. Amid the uproar, the Mexican government, deeply entrenched in orchestrating the event on home soil, has openly criticized Mayweather's conduct. Now, before Floyd failed to show up at the press conference, Salvador Rodriguez of ESPN revealed that Floyd Mayweather's forthcoming match could surpass all his previous exhibition bouts. As he geared up to face Victor Ortiz, once again, nearly 4 years after their controversial first encounter, the excitement was building for what might be Mayweather's most enthralling fight to date. Revealing the fight details, Rodriguez tweeted, "Mayweather is in Mexico. They tell me that Floyd Money Mayweather will announce an exhibition fight against Victor Vicious Ortiz on August 24th at the Plaza de Toros, Mexico. On Wednesday, they give more details. Mayweather KO Ortiz in 2011 by catching him with his guard down after a headbutt." In a subsequent tweet, Salvador Rodriguez revealed that both the Mexico City Arena and the Zocalo were being considered as potential locations for the event. He also mentioned the possibility of Alan Picasso participating. Rodriguez indicated that the final decision would be announced the following day, hinting that Mayweather might conduct a public training session at the Zocalo CDMX. He explained, "They are also checking the Mexico City Arena and even the Zocalo for the event. It is likely that Alan Picasso will join in." Looking back to September 2011, Victor Ortiz faced a challenge from Floyd Mayweather for the WBC welterweight title. However, Ortiz was penalized for headbutting Mayweather in both the first and fourth rounds. In the fourth round, just as the referee intervened for the second time, Ortiz extended his glove in a gesture of apology. Mayweather, instead of reciprocating, unleashed a brutal two-punch combination that sent Ortiz crashing to the canvas. Unable to rise before the referee's count ended, Mayweather, unrepentant, reminded Ortiz to protect himself at all times during the post-fight interview. Despite Ortiz being open to a rematch and even having a memorable argument with Larry Merchant, the rematch never materialized. Ortiz lost his next two fights to Josesito Lopez and Luis Collazo, effectively ending his chances of competing for a world title again. In 2022, Ortiz retired from the ring after securing a unanimous decision victory against Todd Manuel. However, the prospect of a rematch with Mayweather continued to intrigue Ortiz, representing an opportunity to settle scores and reclaim a sense of justice. Mayweather's victory had stripped Ortiz of his world title and abruptly halted his ascent to the pinnacle of the sport, despite Mayweather having retired half a decade earlier. Meanwhile, Rodriguez further explained, "It will be defined tomorrow, but Mayweather could offer a public training on Thursday at the Zocalo CDMX." Yet, doubts persisted about this possible matchup. Just one day after disclosing the fight specifics, Rodriguez dropped a bombshell, throwing the eagerly anticipated showdown between the longtime rivals into doubt. This triggered a wave of responses from fans and followers, primarily Spanish speakers, who swiftly voiced their opinions. Discontent appeared to dominate the conversation, portraying a familiar scene of frustration and anticipation. He said, "Mayweather exhibition in Mexico." He did not come to the conference and deleted the poster from his Instagram. Victor Ortiz went, but they did not introduce him, which asks a lot. They did not reveal a rival, and the CDMX government canceled training this Thursday. Rodriguez further added that Floyd would not go to the Zocalo that day, mentioning that there was also a contingency. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis responded by pointing out a report from World Boxing News, which disclosed Mayweather's absence from a crucial press conference in Mexico. Despite agreeing to a substantial $1 million fee to promote a match in the region, Mayweather was noticeably absent from the media event. Tank said, "He is out here and scamming again, taking people's money. He's one of the greats though. He made $1 billion from the sport. Where did the money go, Floyd? He said it was canceled, and it's not true." Moreover, Tank has asserted that Floyd is evading his challenge to fight by resorting to these tactics. He believes Mayweather is avoiding facing him. As speculation swirls about Mayweather's next opponent, several potential challengers have been rumored, with Gervonta Davis among them. Davis has not held back in criticizing his former mentor once again, claiming that his latest fight contract surpasses the $200 million deal Mayweather secured with Showtime in 2013. Tank stated that he has reached a point where he has surpassed Floyd and achieved this at a young age. He asserted that at Mayweather's age of 29, he wasn't achieving what Davis is doing now. He mentioned that the 6-7 fight deal he was discussing is bigger than Mayweather's 6-fight deal with Showtime in 2013, and he was just revealing it there.
He was going at me. He was going at me. Yeah. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah. That's what
I'm at that point where I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And y'all just
Furthermore, with Floyd unable to attend the latest press conference, fans are now speculating that he may indeed be stuck in Dubai, as Gervonta Davis had suggested all along. The ongoing and heated feud between Floyd and Gervonta has gained more attention. Tank recently threatened physical violence against his former mentor, escalating tensions by stating his intention to knock Mayweather out in their next encounter. Meanwhile, boxing promoter Rick Glazer claims that Mayweather is unable to leave the country until he settles his debt. Glazer said that he had just gotten off the phone with his contact in Dubai. He mentioned that Floyd Mayweather is definitely being held by the government court system there due to owing a substantial amount of money in Dubai. Glazer further revealed that indebtedness is taken very seriously there and clarified that the debt is unrelated to boxing. He was informed that Floyd is desperately trying to resolve the situation, but so far he has been unsuccessful. Glazer concluded that Gervonta Davis was correct in stating that Floyd was being held in Dubai. However, some reports suggest that Mayweather is free to move around Dubai as he wishes. There is speculation that Mayweather's financial troubles are not related to his boxing career, but rather involve allegations of misconduct with a woman overseas. Rumors suggest that he reached a financial settlement to avoid legal consequences, but is now struggling to meet the payment. However, here is what WAC 100 revealed about the situation.
Floyd Mayweather. You know, when people were saying he was stuck in Dubai, me and Floyd is in his penthouse on Wilshire.
Really?
At the top, meeting, and I'm like, yo, bro, what are they talking about? He said, well, I guess I'm stuck in Dubai.
Well, when I FaceTimed him, I said, hey, champ. He said, how you doing? He was all happy, and we were having a conversation. He goes, what are you calling me for? You calling to ask me if I got a problem? I go, I mean, if you stuck and I need to make a call, let me know.
I did the same thing when I first heard it.
Yeah.
And he laughed. You know why he was in Dubai?
The gold deal.
He did a gold mine deal. He brought into a gold mine.
On the other hand, the intense online clash involving Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather appears to have propelled Davis to a point where any reference to his former mentor and promoter instantly ignites his frustration. This became evident recently when a user brought up Mayweather's upcoming fight alongside Davis's current circumstances. It's well known among fans that Gervonta Davis is gearing up for the year's inaugural bout. On the horizon stands the 29-year-old pugilistic phenom, poised to reclaim his throne in the ring on June 15th against the formidable Frank Martin. Set against the glittering backdrop of the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, this much-anticipated title defense has sent ripples of excitement through the boxing world. Since his victory over Ryan Garcia last April, Gervonta Davis had been sidelined by legal troubles, leaving fans hungering for his return. Now, amidst a storm of controversy and speculation, Tank finds himself embroiled in a verbal sparring match with none other than the money himself. Yet, true to form, the lightweight champion's responses vanish as swiftly as they appear. What could have triggered this latest outburst from the enigmatic Tank? A user delved into the intricate series of events preceding the 2014 clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Marcos Maidana. They emphasized how the money and his team strategically outmaneuvered the Argentine boxer long before the bout commenced. The user said Floyd truly was a smart fighter with a great team. He caught Maidana trying to come into the with fight horsehair gloves with little to no padding. If Floyd would have lost and blamed it on gloves, they would have called him an excuse maker. Then, they brought up a comparable instance in which Deontay Wilder objected to Tyson Fury's gloves. Leading up to his bout with Marcos Maidana on May 3, 2014, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his camp raised concerns about the gloves chosen by El Chino. Allegedly, the padding in Maidana's selected Everlast gloves didn't sit well with Mayweather's team. Following extensive negotiations, Maidana's preferred gloves were deemed unsuitable. However, a compromise was reached, allowing a different pair from the same brand with a similar style to be used instead. In the build-up to their trilogy bout, Deontay Wilder didn't hold back on his concerns about Tyson Fury's choice of gloves. From their rematch to the impending rematch, Wilder consistently voiced suspicions, circulating videos and posts on social media, hinting at foul play regarding the Gypsy King's gloves. Yet, by the time of the fight, Wilder had already tasted defeat, leading many to dismiss his accusations as mere sour grapes. Talking about it, Michael Benson tweeted at that time, Deontay Wilder and his team took issue with Tyson Fury's gloves at the glove selection after the weigh-in last night. Commission official said, whatever Wilder says is not going to change the fact these are approved, weighed, inspected gloves, and insisted he can wear same. The series of tweets ultimately pivoted to the user reaching out to the WBA champion. What prompted this outreach? Perhaps the user aimed to shed light on the lack of support surrounding the now independent Tank. Alternatively, they may have drawn comparisons to Mayweather Jr., highlighting disparities in astuteness. They seem to be hinting at Gervonta Davis's impending demise, though. In any case, Frank Martin Stevenson was the opponent he chose. The user claims that the Ghost has the power to halt the Baltimorean. The fan said, "I'm not going to lie, Gervonta. I think you fucked up picking Frank. He might stop you." But it would not sit well with the fighting WBA lightweight champion. Tank shot back quickly. Every time he posts, he looks at his body. Dude, just happy he looks in shape for the summer. He's getting his beat. Why Tank removed his comment this time is unknown. However, based on his typical conduct, it's also not that surprising. Considering the intense digital showdown Mayweather and Davis find themselves embroiled in, any hints or comparisons from users could inadvertently stoke Tank's fire even more. Moreover, such analogies require a grounding in reality. Case in point, Marcos Maidana, despite a last-minute switch of gloves, delivered one of the most formidable challenges of Mayweather's career when it was time to face the music. According to CompuBox statistics, Maidana landed more punches on the money than any of his adversaries in his last 38 bouts. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson criticized Gervonta during a recent interview, accusing him of playing it safe by selectively choosing opponents and avoiding strong challengers, including Stevenson himself.
That's why he's fighting him. He's picking and choosing. That's what he do. Tank take the least risk.
Shakur Stevenson told Say Cheese that he believes Gervonta chose Frank Martin as his opponent to defend his WBA regular lightweight title because he sees Martin as a guaranteed win. Stevenson explained that Davis tends to cherry-pick his opponents to minimize risk, which was his reasoning behind this particular matchup. Stevenson boldly claims that if Tank Davis were more inclined to take risks, he would have undoubtedly faced Edwin de los Santos, his initially scheduled opponent for their June 15th bout, instead of opting for Frank Martin. According to Stevenson, Martin's withdrawal from their scheduled match indicates a lack of genuine commitment to facing him in the ring.
If Tank was really a risky nigga or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin de los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fighting me?
Shakur Stevenson is clearly frustrated with WBA regular lightweight champion Tank Davis's reluctance to face him in the ring, opting instead for opponents of lesser caliber. In response, Tank casually dismisses Shakur as just one of the 7 names listed on his latest contract. Despite Shakur's criticism, satisfaction remains elusive, and he argues that the fight needs more time to reach its full potential. Shakur's current status isn't enough to significantly enhance a bout with Tank, not reaching the spectacle of a rematch between Davis and either Ryan Garcia or Isaac Cruz. These matches hold more appeal for Tank, as Shakur's recognition is primarily among dedicated boxing fans and not as widely celebrated. Shakur further commented that Tank's decision didn't seem logical. He argued that if Davis truly wanted to showcase his skills, he should consider facing someone like De Los Santos, a formidable 135-pounder with both boxing skills and power. Shakur suggested that defeating De Los Santos would earn Davis significant credit, questioning why he wouldn't choose such a challenging opponent.
That's like, that don't even add up. It don't even make sense, bro. If you really like that, you see that this nigga a big 135-pounder. He got boxing skills and power. Nigga, you will get credit for beating him. Why not fight him?
Shakur continued, acknowledging the realities of the sport where fighters often prioritize minimizing risks while maximizing earnings, a strategy he noted has been passed down from fighters like Floyd Mayweather Jr. He stressed that criticism is unjustified if one is not willing to face tough opponents. Highlighting his own accomplishments, Shakur pointed out that as a 3-weight world champion, he has more experience and achievements than his opponent. Shakur contrasted his record with Tank's, mentioning that Tank has only held 1 title throughout his career, a WBA title at 130 pounds. He also noted that Tank's potential opponents may be hesitant to face him.
This a game where niggas is playing like the least risk for the most money, and I respect it. They got it from the best of them. I get it, but truthfully, you can't talk to me and say anything bad about me or nothing about me if you're not gonna get in that fire.
On the contrary, in a recent conversation on Cigar Talks with Najee, Gervonta Davis was candid in his assessment of potential opponent Shakur Stevenson. Known for his straightforward style, Tank openly critiqued Stevenson's defensive abilities and questioned the effectiveness of his punching power. When discussing the level of challenge Stevenson might present, Davis quickly dismissed the idea, citing Stevenson's lack of significant achievements. Davis began the discussion by analyzing Stevenson's defensive skills, suggesting they were lacking in agility and finesse, needed to effectively evade punches. He challenged anyone to provide evidence of Stevenson's slipping punches, implying a weakness in his defensive arsenal. Davis also questioned Stevenson's tendency to retreat during fights, suggesting a lack of confidence in close-range combat engagements.
Show me something that he did show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
His what defense?
Oh, you think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.